part of the tip-off tournament, I think, is just to get started. I mean, I just think the first game on Saturday and just the build-up from 4 weeks of practice.
You have that anticipation of a new season, you know, a fresh start. If you had a good year the year before, you want to get it off on a good note the next year. If you had a bad year, it's a way to really set the tempo. And you know, it's the first basketball of the year for family, friends, players. That's the fun thing about the weekend.
It's our first game. You know, we've had a couple scrimmages, but once again, those are a little different than true game atmosphere. So the fact that we're at home and that it's our first game, the excitement of that is probably the best part.
The tournament now is 2 games Friday, 4 Saturday, 2 Sunday. By the time you get to Sunday, you're pretty much home free. You have the consolation and the championship of the women, but it's a concerted effort for everybody involved. Up until this year, this tournament was always right up before Thanksgiving. So you knew if you can get through this tournament, then you have a couple of days off for Thanksgiving. You know, we usually have a good crowd, big crowd. A lot of the students show up. We've had 800, 1,000 for this tournament.
My favorite part of the tournament is being able to start off on our home court, you know, in front of our fans, and you know, it's a great way to start.
We want it to be a real home court advantage for our team.
Having 2 home games back to back is definitely great. Having the crowd behind us, it's definitely a good way to start off the season.
Coach Beerley always says, we want to win this thing. That's our first goal of the season.
I always try to remind them, you know, I think because it's such a build-up to that first game, to have fun, you know, relax, have fun, remember why they first started playing basketball.
Go out, have fun, play hard, compete, and let's see where we are after 40 minutes.
They want a good showing in their own tournament to start the season. It's 2 home games, first time the crowd is seeing them play. They just want to get off on the right foot. That's the most important thing. And Denise Beerley, the women's coach, always feels that this tournament sets the tempo for the rest of the year.
I haven't won it since my freshman year, so you know, it's important for me to get the young guys ready and you know, really have a willingness to come out and win that championship and start the season off 2-0.
I think the kids know what they're facing. We've, conditioning-wise, prepared them for it. I think the harder thing actually is having the 3 games in 4 days, because then we play a manual on Tuesday. So that's probably the most challenge, because we only have that 1 day off in between, especially starting the season.
It helps us for later in the season when we play in a couple of other tournaments that are back-to-back, and also Little East Conference. It gets us ready for, you know, the quick turnaround in that tournament, and then hopefully the NCAA tournament.
The interesting thing about the tournament, before it starts, like the day it starts, we try and watch them warm up, try and pick who might win this tournament. And very rarely are we correct. It's probably the unexpected that is the best part of this tournament.